Real Broker has a mentorship program that I truly think every agent needs to hear about, whether you are a seasoned agent, you are a brand new agent, or somewhere in between. This is something you're going to want to know about. You are going to want to stay tuned until the very end today. If you are an agent and you are like, you know what? I would love to have somebody walk me through these transactions, walk me through the sale agreement for the first few times, or show me exactly step by step how they get business and show me how I can do it as well. Help me come up with some sort of a business plan. Let me pick their brain on a weekly basis with a weekly coaching call. This is something that would benefit my business as a brand new agent. Get systems in place for my business. Just answer all the many questions new agents have. Help with lead generation, help with the escrow process, and all the many other things that come up when you're a new agent. If that's you and you want a little bit more support, then this is something you need to know about. If you're a seasoned agent who enjoys mentoring other agents, this is also something you need to hear about. So Real Broker has a mentorship program that, like I said, I truly think every agent needs to know about because this is a really, really cool option. I did a video recently talking about what the differences are between joining a team as a new agent and starting as a solo agent. And they're two very drastically different ways to begin your real estate career. Neither of them are the right or wrong answer. It's also circumstantial and you got to do what's best for you. However, this mentorship program, I really do believe, is kind of like a in-between ground where you get a lot of the benefits of having a team leader. There's somebody that you can call, text, email anytime, and you can set up consistent coaching calls with and pick their brain, and they can help you write your first offer if you would like, those type of things. You get that help like you would from a team leader. However, you don't have to commit to being on a team. They do get a portion of your commission, which we'll talk about the first few transactions, but once you don't need their help anymore, you're on your own and you don't have to keep paying them. Unlike when you join a team, you're on the team. You're not gonna you're not gonna join a real estate team and then do three or four transactions and then you're done with that team leader. You're moving on to being a solo agent. That's not how it works. You do your first few transactions on a team, and then if you want to get off the team, you still have a responsibility to pay that team leader a good portion of your business, even though you feel a little bit more confident now, if that makes sense. So let's talk about the mentorship program at Real, what it could look like for you, what it could look like for me, how we might be able to work together, and just how anybody can participate in this and how this can add value to your life no matter if you're a new agent or a seasoned agent. So let's just break down a little bit of what it is first, and then we'll get into all that other stuff. So first and foremost, Real Broker has a mentorship program. I have printed out a lot of information here on the Real Broker mentorship program from the Real Broker website. So I'm going to read off to you guys the responsibilities of a mentor. It can be tailored toward what you want. I'm just going to say right now, it can be tailored toward what you want. There are mentors as part of this mentorship program at Real Broker that they are like, I'm only gonna help you write contracts and that's it. How it looks like for me is I'm super happy to help guide you through lead generation, especially if that lead generation is something that I have a lot of personal experience with and have had success in, such as YouTube marketing for real estate agents and for sale by owners and expired listings, especially. Those are like the main things that I've really dabbled in. But most often agents will want to chat about video marketing and all the many other details that come along with it and how you actually can utilize that to get business. That can be a big chunk of our mentorship program coaching, but also your mentor can help walk you through the escrow process step by step, provide you with scripts if you're wanting to do cold calling, that type of thing, help you create some sort of a business plan or plan of action for how you actually want to get business, give you some vendors, some personal vendors. So the way the mentorship program works at Real Broker is both agents do have to be with Real Broker. Yes, you do have to be in the same state as your mentor. You do not need to be within driving distance, but you do need to be in the same state. If you are within driving distance, that's amazing. We can meet up for coffee at a local coffee shop. If not, I have still seen it to be helpful utilizing the mentorship program, just meeting over the phone or over Zoom. That's okay as well. But the mentor and mentee do need to be in the same state. I'm in the state of Oregon, and I'm always happy to chat with agents who are interested in the mentorship program in the state of Oregon and want to know what that might look like. However, if you are wanting more information about the mentorship program, you want to look at a list of mentors in your state, and you are not in Oregon, but you're with Real, shoot me an email, or you want to be with Real, shoot me an email, and I can get you a list of mentors in your state specifically so you can choose one. Quick side note, I do get asked often, if I join Real Broker and I want you to be my sponsor, do I have to be in the same state as you? Can you be my sponsor but not my mentor? Yes, that is okay. We sponsor agents all over the US and Canada. You can join the brokerage with me as your sponsor and live anywhere in the US and Canada, and you can have a mentor in your state or not. It's up to you. I would always recommend it. I think there is no downside to it, truly. But if you want me to be your mentor, you do need to be in your state. I hope that makes sense. But the terms of the mentorship agreement can be negotiated between the mentor and mentee who are in the same state. So you will sign an agreement, a mentorship agreement. The mentor and the mentee will both sign this. The mentor and the mentee will have a conversation about what exactly to expect, what things the mentor might be able to help the mentee with, and just setting proper expectations is really, really important at the beginning of the relationship. Also on the agreement, I'm looking at it right here. You can find this on the Real Broker website. It is the mentor-mentee agreement. It gives an example of where the mentor will get 40% of the mentee's commission on the first transaction that they help them with, 25% on the second commission, and 10% on the third commission. Now, that is negotiable. It does not always have to look like that. That is up to the mentor and mentee to decide. That is just a little blueprint that Real gave, but the exact amount of the commission that the mentor gets from the mentee for helping them with the first few transactions is negotiable, and that is to be determined by the mentor and mentee and put on the agreement that you guys will both sign. So who is eligible to be a mentor at Real Broker? Maybe you're someone like me who has always been in relationship with and provided value to agents on a consistent basis throughout your whole career. That's always something you've done, and it's something that makes you happy. It's something you enjoy. If that's the case, you might make a really good mentor at Real Broker. I personally have been a real estate agent for the last 10 years. At the time of filming this, I got my license in 2015. And a couple years after getting licensed, I was able to retire my husband, meaning he obviously is not really retired, but we were really young, but he was able to quit his job cold turkey and join me. And we have been a husband and wife real estate team ever since, and it is amazing. My role in the business looks a lot different now. I've pulled back a lot, but I'm still so much involved, and I love it so much, and I'm still very passionate about it. I started my business by cold calling, so for sell by owners, expired listings, all of that. And then about 5 years into the business, I discovered YouTube, and that drastically changed my business, raised my average price point, and brought me some amazing clients that I love so much. Those are all things I'm happy to chat with and help you do in your business. They're things I have seen work and I know for sure work. And I'm happy to help you come up with a plan and just work out any of the weeds, the questions you might have about those ways of getting business. So back to the contract. Okay, so the criteria to be a mentor at Real Broker, you have to be minimum of 3 years in the business and 20 lifetime deals or upon broker invitation. Compliance with the company's policies and procedures. You got to be obviously in good standing with the company. Responsibilities. Provide regular coaching and feedback. For me, that looks like a once a week phone call. If you're in person, I'm happy to meet up with you or even do a Zoom call. Phone calls are great as well. Weekly, just picking my brain, coming up with a business plan for you, that type of thing. This can really be tailored, this plan of what it looks like to be mentored at Real Broker. From my experience, it can really be tailored to you and your needs, because not every agent is going to need the same type of support. Not everyone's going to have the same questions or the same things that they're needing help with, or same things they're wanting to do to get business, if that makes sense. So this can all be a little bit tailored toward what you want. Here's my advice if you are a mentee. 1, don't be afraid to ask questions. Your mentor is here to support you. Reach out to them. Literally, if you are being mentored by someone at Real Broker and you guys have an agreement together, do not be shy. Don't hesitate to shoot them an email or a text and Ask whatever questions come up. They are here to help you. If you do think of questions throughout the week that you want more of an explanation on, then write them down, maybe in the notes in your phone or something, and show up to your weekly coaching calls with your mentor with those questions ready to ask them to your mentor. You can also tell your mentor ahead of time before each call, like, hey, this is what I'm wanting more help with this week. Like, you know what? I really want to go over this particular part of the business, or I really want to dig more into this. That can help give your mentor a lot more insight as to what it is that you're wanting to talk about and what you actually want to learn. Because as a mentor, I feel like as someone who's been in the business for 10 years now, there's so many directions I could go. There's so many things we could talk about, and I don't want to be wasting your time as a mentee telling you things you already know or giving you information that maybe isn't even applicable to how you want to run your business, if that makes sense. So communication is very important. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to tell your mentor more specifically like what you want training on, and your mentor should be able to deliver. This mentorship program is a great fit for agents who genuinely enjoy pouring into and teaching and training and helping and guiding other real estate agents. Maybe you're the agent who you are always getting other agents in your market reaching out to you, asking questions about how you're running your business, how you're getting your clients, that type of thing. If you're someone who's already naturally getting those questions, maybe you're a really good fit to be a mentor with Real Broker. As far as mentees go, I think that a good fit for this program is somebody who is ready to take their business to the next level or start their business right, who is willing to actually come up with a plan and take this business seriously. I don't think it's a good fit for someone who isn't going to be willing to actually implement the things that their mentor is telling them to do. If you know that you're going to have all these calls with your mentor and you're not actually going to apply any of the things that they're saying, you're just treating this like a hobby, it's probably not the best fit for you. This is really for people who are serious about their business, whether they are brand new and have never sold a house before, or if they have a little bit more experience, it could be a good fit for you as well. So anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. If you want more information on should you join a team versus should you be a solo agent, I have done a video about that recently. You can go find it on my recent uploads on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. I come on here every week with new videos. And if you have questions about Real Broker, I do Zoom calls often with agents who are thinking about joining Real Broker, who just are curious about it, want to talk a little bit more about it. If that's you, reach out. Shoot me an email. My email's in the description, and let's get a Zoom call on the schedule. And if you're already with Real and you're in the state of Oregon and you want a mentor, I'm happy to chat with you about what that would look like to work together. And if you are already with Real Broker and you are not in the state of Oregon, but you want a mentor, reach out to me. I can help find you a mentor in your state.